So a lot of the community right now, including myself, are scratching their heads wondering what in the world is going on with Outriders. I thought for sure by now items would be restored and we would be on our way. But yeah, we've got a brand new update, at least from the Outriders dev team, and it's not what you want to hear. So we're going to go over this one right here. The response overall has not been very good from the community at all. Now, also, has there been a secret nerf on Legendaries when it comes to tier 15, the challenge tiers for expeditions? We're going to be talking about that a little bit more, so let's dive in right now. Hey everyone, what's happening? Overworld Games here, hope you're doing good, and let's check out what is going on with Outriders, which, by the way, let me tell you what, guys, it's not much, and it is such a shame that this has happened. In fact, a lot of you guys are wondering, where in the world is People Can Fly? Where in the world is Square Enix? It says, I know we are all wondering it, and it has been posted many times. The silence over the past few days is concerning to your player base, folks. So, you know, they said that this game was not going to be a live service game, but they need to fix the issues at the very least. Now, we have this update right here as to what's going on behind the scenes. The Outriders team says this: we are currently running through additional testing and checks regarding character and inventory restoration to ensure that collateral counts will not be negatively affected by the process. We will update you as soon as we have further news. Now, this is a little bit of a red flag in my opinion, because they're mentioning collateral accounts. So what they are worried about, it seems right now, is patching the game or doing this inventory restoration and negatively impacting the community as a whole. You know, we've seen patches in previous games, in different games, where they release and they actually hurt the game more than they help the game. So this is what they're worried about, and that's the update. Like, we don't have a set date by now. I thought for sure at least by now we would have a set date for the inventory restoration, and then they would give us a date for the appreciation package. We haven't even gotten to that, of course. And that appreciation package is going to be including, you know, that legendary. Now, let's see how you guys are responding to this news. And there's actually something really interesting in here. It's the most upvoted responses. We have Dr. Val Rossi, who says, you all nerfed the loot drops. It's very obvious. Ran 6 gold tier 15 expeditions and got 1 bad rolled pair of legendary gauntlets. Not worth my time at this rate. Please revert ASAP. He's got 56 likes on that one. Alexandru P says, anything about this secret nerf on legendary drop rates on expeditions you did 3-4 days ago? You should change the numbers. It's not 25% on tier 15. It's 5% now or lower. 20 runs on tier 14 and just 1 legendary. 101 upvotes on that one. So also seems like a lot of you guys are just not getting enough legendaries in the game. Maybe rare is too rare in this case. But are you guys feeling any type of potential nerfs with legendary loot drops when it comes to playing on challenge tier 15? Sound off, of course, in the comments. Let you know, People Can Fly know by, of course, responding to their Twitter and responding out on Reddit and so on. But it seems like it's potentially a thing that's going on right now. Now, we do, interestingly, have some supporters of People Can Fly through all of this. We have Rogue Gentleman who says, ignore the haters and immature people upset about the wait. I'd rather your team makes triple sure it works the right way than rush it out and break something worse. Better safe than sorry. So let me know what side of the fence you're on here. Are you willing to be patient with People Can Fly and let them fix these issues? Do you think they deserve more time, or do you think it needs to be fixed right now by the end of this week? Sound off. But because of all of this, a lot of people are losing interest in the game, for sure. We have Jordan here who says, I'm already losing interest in returning, to be honest, and that is truly a shame. My character has been locked for 2 weeks. I shouldn't have to start another character just to play. So they got to get the ball moving here. The show on the road. I said it, you know, I said during the demo, if this inventory bug exists in the full game, it's going to be the ultimate nightmare for People Can Fly, and it will kill the game, and it's doing just that, in my opinion. We've seen more news in, the press about the inventory bug issues than positive news, and it's really affected the outside opinions on this game. Even for people that haven't tried the game, they're going to be hesitant to try the game going forward because of this horrible inventory wipe bug, which of course was patched, and that has been fixed, but a lot of players are still locked out. And then we have this right here from Forbes. And I agree. It says the single bug that's sinking Outriders, and Paul Tassi here speaks about the, that inventory bug, which is a huge problem. But another problem that the game is dealing with are the supposed secret nerfs, and then also the problems with expeditions being kicked at the end of an expedition. To think that that was even included in the game, it's just mind-boggling to me. So there's several problems still holding the game back, and of course the community is filling it 1 month later. This was a post here. It says, Outriders is a great game, player base says, and it says lag, inventory wipes, and you can see how the community is just getting beat to a pulp by these issues right now. And it's such a shame, because buried under these issues is a great game. Like, it's definitely a great game. It's got a great story, which is actually rare for any looter shooter. You can actually understand it, but is the community a part of the community that is really enjoying the game? We have this post from Steve Tab, who says, Outriders is easily some of the most fun I've had in a looter shooter in a long time, and he got a ton of support and upvotes for sure. And he goes on to say the following: having only picked up the game within the last week, I missed out on a number of the issues that were plaguing the community, so my opinion is naturally based on a more stable version. Is the game functionally perfect? No, not at all, but the issues I bumped into have not made me regret my purchase whatsoever. And at the end of the day, the game is simply really fun to play. I personally enjoyed playing through the story and side quests, had a number of laughs along the way, and enjoyed some of the smaller aspects, like the interaction between the crew and people in the world. The enemy variety was better than I expected, and I never felt bored during my journey. Add to that the loot is actually fun to chase. That's the big thing. For me, that right there is really crucial. That was not the case with Anthem. And it says, and there are so many minor tweaks one could do that can alter the way one plays that I'm always invested. All I can say is that I hope to be playing this for a very long time to come, and would love to see more content in the future. My one and only wish is that the community can come together and try and stamp out the griefing that is going on with people being kicked. We all want to kick back and have fun, so let's make the game more fun for our fellow Altered. See, it's not the community's responsibility to deal with griefers. That should be in the game's rule set, to know, hey, you're not going to be allowed to kick anyone from an expedition. So that's one of the problems facing the game, is the actual design. It needs to be improved. So that's what we're waiting on right now. So yeah, to get the new content, that's going to be a challenge, because they have a lot of work to do with patches and improving the game, and to at least get through this inventory wipe bug issue, the appreciation package, fixing expeditions. And then, this June, you got to remember, we have Square Enix. They are going to be at the Digital E3 2021 event, so you may be hearing more about Outriders. I'm thinking they are hoping that they have the game under control in terms of bugs and issues by then, and then they can actually talk about the future. Now, Outriders has really helped Microsoft out, as they have reported their latest earnings. It says, Microsoft's latest earnings report reveals gaming division revenue up 50%, 3.53 billion earnings. That is absolutely incredible, and one of the reasons why is because of Xbox Game Pass. You got to remember that Outriders is, of course, a part of the Xbox Game Pass. So yeah, that's pretty substantial. The Xbox Game Pass has been absolutely killing it. But as it stands, from what I understand, PlayStation is also absolutely killing it right now as well. In fact, I think they are ahead of Microsoft currently. Of course, things can change. We'll see what happens. But I myself, I love both consoles and PC games, so I'm there for all of it. Oh, by the way, check this out. So I'm personally a huge fan of Honest trailers. They have, of course, Honest game trailers, and they covered Outriders. This is freaking hilarious stuff. Of course, China here is referred to as the apocalyptic daddy issues. That's what they put title as for her, for like the cast. Freaking hilarious stuff right there. I'm going to include that in the description below. But overall, you know, I watched the Honest Game trailer and they had some negative things to say, but they were talking about how fun the game is. So I was like, that's actually like positive reception right there. So again, right now, at its core, the game is definitely, you know, fun. It's enjoyable. It has potential, much like, you know what? Anthem. You know, Anthem at its core was a lot of fun, but Anthem had a lot of problems with its loot. That was a big issue with the game, so that's something that Outriders does not have a problem with at all. Alright, now it's time to go over your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below for a chance for it to end up in a future video. Let's do this. My most recent video was, of course, titled Brand New Updates. Square Enix reveals big plans for E3 2021. Story DLC. We talked about story DLC discussions and why, you know, it would be really cool to see upcoming content focused around expanding that story, which seems to be what People Can Fly would be interested in doing. Alright, Ronald goes on to say the following. Honestly, most of the side quest has DLC potential. A further dive, into the Alchemist, where he's alive and has a human altar army, Wanderer trying to revive Enoch, Moloch and his hellish rampage from his subject 6 days. Even the abandoned Paxian villages have some people move into them. So yeah, tons of potential for that story DLC. Samane Johnson says, how about continuing that story with the Wanderer? He was very interesting to me, and there is still a lot of mystery to explore with this character, with him being the first altered and everything. Yeah, a lot of people would love to know more about the Wanderer. When I was streaming the game, people always mentioned the Wanderer, that they wanted to know more, and I was fascinated by that as well. Now, Jacob says this, I would like the in-game content that doesn't revolve around frustrating time-based expeditions, but still give you a chance of Legendaries dropping. Yeah, I think something is going on with the Legendaries right now with the game, and I think they need to up the drop rate, it seems. Amin Raw says the following. Dude, Anthem itself is a lot of fun. I'm happy to see there is still an active player base. I can actually get into a game and find matchmaking. I just wish EA had more faith in this awesome project, man. So do I. I am so bummed that they axed and canceled Anthem Next. I still can't get over it. Like, there was a team dedicated to working on trying to get that game back up and running. I think it was for like a year. Can you imagine being on that team and how gut-wrenching it would be to find out that your work would be going to basically essentially nothing? Now, will there be an Anthem 2? I don't even know if that's going to be happening. It seems like BioWare is reassessing itself, and honestly, I expect them to focus on Dragon Age going forward, and then also look into, you know, remastering their previous catalog of games like they are doing right now with Mass Effect Legendary. So that's their safest bet, and then they could possibly work on infrastructure and things like that for a possible Anthem, you know, 2 or something like that. So who knows? Now, let's take a look at this one. We have ISO who says, I could care less for an Outriders 2 when this game hasn't even been out for a full month yet. So a lot of you guys don't even care. You don't want to hear about the future. You want to know about the now, what's going on with Outriders, what's going on with updates. So I will keep you guys in the know. Hopefully we hear something today from the team, but don't hold your breath. They are apparently working on issues, and it seems like that they are really concerned about causing like collateral type damage to other accounts that weren't even affected by this inventory wipe bug. So that's where we stand right now. That is the latest update for you all. Thank you so much for watching. I will keep you guys in the know about Outriders and more open world gaming goodness, and I will see you all next time. Take care.